Good morning to all. So welcome at IC classes. Beta, we were already running the chapter of final accounts, which has been started a few lectures back. So I expect that you all have completed the chapter. Yes, good morning. Anushri Bhasia comes first at 10:41. Good. Then Swati, Iram, Pramod, Anushka, and all many others. Good morning, beta. Very good. So you all are present. It means for. So today we have to go for the doubts if there is any in your final accounts. Otherwise, we're going to start next chapter. That is not for profit organizations. So tell me if there is any doubt fast. अगर आपके कोई doubts हैं तो पहले वो लेते हैं. Very good. Good morning, Amisha also, and everyone who have sent good morning, all of you. So let's start with a new beginning with energy. Yes, tell me. Any doubts? Have you completed the chapter of final accounts of sole proprietorship and manufacturing entities both? फास्ट बेटा, कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो भेजो. Very good. Dimple has completed it. Remaining have also completed it, beta. Manufacturing count एक बार explain कर दीजिए. Okay. I have already discussed in my previous lecture that manufacturing count meant for the account in which all expenses relating to factory will be entered. All expenses related to production will be entered. So the concept of production is there. One concept is regarding production, and second concept is regarding factory expenses. So these all will be entered. So these expenses to be kept into mind, all these expenses will be assumed as the cost of production. So we have to calculate cost of production or cost of raw material consumed, beta, because target is to calculate cost of production or cost of goods manufactured. So this is called cost of production. The proper format is also given to you. If you will see, the format is given in your module also. In this already a format is given to you. You may see there. This is the format in which I have already discussed with you that you have to enter all the direct expenses and also opening stock of your raw material and work in progress both. Simultaneously, closing stock will also be deducted or entered on the credit side. As per your suitability, you may do that. So whatever is the balance figure, that will go to trading count. That is called cost of production. But normally we expect 10 to 20 marks paper from this particular chapter because this is an important chapter from examination point of view. Even chapter 1 and 2 are not too much important. If you will come to this chapter, this is a real chapter which will give you the result. So manufacturing in type 3 in trial balance commission. Test knowledge question. Okay. Test your knowledge question 3 in trial balance commission paid is given and an adjustment accrued commission is given. How to identify its commission given in adjustment is income or payable. Okay. If nothing is mentioned, normally this commission is paid. If any item is given, like if discount is given, or any other expense is given in which we have both the options. One thing is discount, second is commission. If these are given, it is not mentioned that these are receivable or paid, these are received or paid, or receivable or payable. Then what we have to assume? We have to assume that these belongs to expense. These are not income. So we will not normally treat these as expenses, not as income. This is a general assumption. Blue pen is fully allowed in the exam, or we can say preferably you should have to use only the blue pen beta. So let's start with the next chapter. Not for profit organization, because I think this chapter is fully clear because no one has asked any query. That means for you people have already completed the chapter. Not for profit organization beta. What it means for? Send me the meaning of not for profit organization. क्या कह कौन सी होती हैं ये? First of all, give me the meaning, and second, then give me some examples fast. फटाफट बताओ कि नॉट फॉर प्रॉफिट का मतलब क्या होता है बेटा, और क्या एग्जांपल इसकी हो सकती है? एवरीवन फास्ट. स्पीड से भेजना बेटा आंसर. NGOs. All other. Send the answer fast beta. Send some examples. Very good. Very good. Shabash. Good. I think you people better know that these organizations are specifically those organizations which are dealing in social welfare, public welfare, not the profit motive is there. So any organization which has been working not for profit motive are named or are covered under not for profit organizations. Now, one thing is I have planned that I will run an organization which is not for profit. Second is I get various benefits from government due to the reason that I am running these organizations. So these are two different points. Number of organizations are working not for profit, but they are not getting any benefit from the government, not getting, or even you may say applying for the benefit from government. So these people are not considering the benefit, not taking the benefit. And second are those which are not for profit and also get various benefits from government, also getting various tax exemptions. So this part is not relevant for us. We are basically going to discuss about not for profit organizations from the accounting point of view, from the business nature of business point of view, not from the point of view of government. First of all, it should be very much clear to you. But in number of cases, it is mandatory that if you are interested to do this work can be done only and only if you will go for not profit motive. Like if you are interested to open a school, I am interested to open a school for profit motive, but government says you are not allowed to open a school for profit motive. If you are interested to open a school, then you must have to go for only not for profit motive, because profit motive schools are not allowed. So there we have a binding on us that we people cannot work for profit motive. Even the result may be profit, but that profit is not allowed to be. This means for these organizations will work, and if profit will result, then these people are not allowed to withdraw that profit. Withdrawal of profit is not allowed, as we know that in every organization whatever earning is made, that earning will go to the owners, but here that is not allowed. Main point is that in case your organization is not for profit organization, you are not allowed to withdraw the profit. Instead, that will be used only and only for the purpose of benefit of the organization, nothing else. So we people normally think that schools, colleges, clubs, these are the examples of not for profit organizations. Then ashrams, these masjids, then churches, mandirs, gurdwaras, these all are working under not for profit organization. And various other NGOs are there, societies are there, which are working without the motive of earning profit. So if the profit will result, they will utilize that profit for the purpose of their business only. If they will withdraw that profit, if they are going to withdraw that profit, in that case, they are not going to get exemption. Exemption from government is not allowed. Exemptions and grants are not given to them. That's it. Yes, we can work for profit, but in that case, we are not eligible to get exemption of taxation, because otherwise we are exempted from paying taxes. We are given some grants from the government of India, but in the case we are not working for not we are not working for we are withdrawing the profit. Even we are not working for the motive of earning profit, but result is profit, and we have withdrawn that profit. In that case, obviously we are not eligible to get exemption and grants. That's it. This is a major thing. Now accounting is done in case accounting is done for these organizations, what will happen? Accounts will be prepared as normal, as we are doing in routine, like all normal working will be done. But when we'll come to the financial statement part, then how financial statements are prepared, that will be very much clear. Their financial statements are not trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet. Entries are same. If they will made any expense, the entry will remain same. What will be the entry for any expense? Because these people like schools are giving salaries to their employees. So the entry will remain same, salaries account debit to cash oblique bank. There's no difference. Then if rent is paid, rent account debit to cash oblique bank, all entries will remain same. If any income is received by them, then they will pass an entry cash oblique bank debit to income. So that is not a different. There's no difference in that. Instead, the difference is only while preparing financial statements. So when final accounts are prepared, we have to go for preparation of three accounts. One is a receipt and payment account. This is just like a cash account or a cash book. We people know that how to prepare cash book. In that, receipt and payments are entered. All know that how to prepare cash book or cash account. So the way we are preparing single column cash book, we are going to prepare the same in case of receipt and payment account. No difference is there. Then we have a income and expenditure account, which is another form of profit and loss account. Means here trading account is not there. All expenses and incomes are assumed as to be entered only at one place, that is income and expenditure account. And then third is the balance sheet. So these three things will be prepared. Balance sheet will be prepared as we are preparing earlier. Just minor important points will be there which will come to our notice. So first point is there. What is donation? I think these are given in detail also. Let's talk about the first word, that is donation. So what means for the word donation? Donation का meaning क्या होता है? In case of not for profit organizations, what we have to do, beta? We have to go for our incomes. So which type of incomes we will get? As these are not for profit organizations, they are not going to sell anything, so from where they will get the income? So their basic income is donation. Because if you will see that how these non-profit organizations are going on, like various gurdwaras, masjids, mandirs, and hospitals are going on. If you will see government hospitals, if you will see these government schools, how these are running on, these people are getting donation from various prospects. So that donation is their routine income. Now donation is of two types, beta. One is called general donation. This is, I am talking about donation received, not given. So donation received, whenever the word donation comes in not for profit, you will have to assume this is a donation received, not an expense. So if general donation is there, because no specific purpose is mentioned with that, simple word is mentioned, donation. And second is when it is mentioned for a specific purpose, donation for building, specific purpose is mentioned with it. So if general donation is there, this is a revenue income. Revenue income. Revenue income means for it will go to profit or loss account. And we know that what will be the name of profit or loss account in this case? In this case, profit or loss account is named as income and expenditure account, and cash book is named as receipt and payment account, beta. So while talking about revenue income, general donation will be always entered as a revenue income. But whenever we are talking about specific purpose donation, like donation received for building, for construction of building, for prizes, distribution of prizes like that, then it will be adjusted or used for spec for the for that purpose only. इसको फिर हम उसी पर्पस के लिए यूज करेंगे बेटा, जिस पर्पस के लिए वो डोनेशन आपको मिली है. अगर डोनेशन आपको मिली है कि आपने कोई बिल्डिंग बनानी है, तो ये बिल्डिंग के लिए रख ली जाएगी. अगर तो ये किसी कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर के लिए मिली है, इफ इट हैज बीन रिसीव्ड फॉर कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर, देन इट विल गो टू बैलेंस शीट, लाइबिलिटी साइड. और एंड इफ इट हैज बीन रिसीव्ड फॉर meeting revenue expenses, like price distribution is a routine function which is organized by these organizations. So if we have received any donation for distribution of prizes, then obviously this is for revenue purpose. In that case, it will go to income side with purpose mentioned specifically. Obviously, in that case, it will go to income side, and expenses incurred during the year, respective expenses, we can say, respective expenses incurred during the year will be deducted from it, will be minor points are coming. Let it be clear. Donation is either in cash or in security. But a donation is received here as cash. Okay. Here security word is not there. Sir, is this chapter we have to learn theory also? Beta, we will see how which type of paper comes into your exam. Just a moment. In this chapter, few theory questions are also there which are important for us. So we should have to understand the concept in this chapter because that is very important. Also, we have to go for practical aspect because normally practical question comes from this chapter as this is an important chapter from examination point of view beta. So we have to do from both sides. Sir, डिनोशन दिया हो और अमाउंट ज्यादा हो तो बैलेंस शीट में दिखाएंगे क्या? डोनेशन दिया हो अमाउंट ज्यादा हो. Okay, beta, if you will get any type of donation word in your trial balance, then if nothing is mentioned, then we will assume it as a general donation and enter it as an income in income and expenditure account. Okay, let it be very much clear. Yeah, 10 marks question comes in exam normally from this chapter. Exactly right, beta. Second point is regarding entrance and admission fees, beta. Entrance oblique admission fees. So for this, normally it will be specifically mentioned that what it should be treated. It may be capital, it may be revenue. It will depend. If it is treated as a capital expense, then it will be entered in the balance sheet liability side. Added to capital fund. We will add it to capital fund. Capital is named as capital fund in this chapter. So it will be added in that. If it is to be assumed as revenue expense, then it will be a revenue income, sorry, not capital expense and revenue expense. We should have to write better capital receipt and revenue receipt. Okay, then it will go to income and expenditure account, income side. Subscription. Subscription is also same as donation is there. If nothing is mentioned, then subscription will be assumed just like donation. What means for the subscription is basically you people better know about the YouTube channels now a time. Whenever you are going to any YouTube channel, what is mentioned there? Subscribe our channel. So this is in the same way. Schools, colleges, mainly clubs are there which are using this word. So if you will get subscription of that club or the newspaper agency is there, like they are interested to let you subscribe their particular business. So for that purpose, you will have to pay them annual payment. So whatever annual payment you will pay to them, annual payment we can say, that is called subscription. This is just like your membership fee, annual membership fees. So this is just like annual membership fees. So this is an income for this NGO or we can say NPO. So this is a revenue income. But entrance and admission fees is normally received from every person once in the life. Due to that reason, it may be treated as a capital expenditure, but it will be specifically mentioned what it is to be treated. So you need not to worry. Talking about life membership fees. If nothing is mentioned, it is very much clear from its nature that this is received once in life from every member of the organization. So due to that reason, it will also be assumed as a capital receipt. If nothing is mentioned, this is a capital receipt and hence goes to balance sheet liability side added in capital fund. I think these points are clear to every student. Check have you noted it down? Note down कर लो सारा एक बार. What will be the treatment for royalty received? Royalty received is a revenue income if nothing is mentioned. Royalty, it will be treated as a revenue income. Subscription कहाँ लिखेंगे? Income side, beta. It will be mentioned in the income side of income and expenditure account. I think all points are clear to every student. So coming to the receipt and payment account first, as this is a simple and the easiest account which we have already done in our cash book also. But the major difference is this, that this is not a cash account, this is cash and bank account prepared jointly. So I can say that if we have received any income in cash or this is a receipt, whatever receipt we have received in cash or in bank, that will be entered here. And whatever payments we have made, whether in cash or bank, that is to be entered here. Now, whether it is a capital or a revenue receipt, that doesn't matter. All receipts will be entered in it, whether it is a revenue payment or a capital payment all will be entered here. Revenue or capital payment. So all payments will be entered here. So it is very simple. It will start with the opening balance of cash and bank and it will close with the closing balance of cash and bank. If we know how much is the balance of cash and bank at the end and how much is the opening balance of cash and bank, then obviously this account will have a balance only. It doesn't give any balance figure. But if anything is missing, like opening balance of cash or closing balance of cash is missing, we can get it as a balance figure. This is normally used to calculate the balance figure of cash in hand because we people know that how much is the opening and closing balance of bank because that we can get from our bank. So very simple and sober account. No difference in capital and revenue expenditure. No difference in you may say cash and bank payments. Just you have to assume both as equivalent. Then you can easily prepare this account. This is prepared just to know that from where we have received the payments and where we have expensed them. कहाँ पर खर्च किए पैसे और कहाँ से आए, ये चीज का इसमें से पता लग जाता है. इसका मेजर पर्पज ही ये रहता है, और कोई पर्पज नहीं रहता इसको बनाने का. See, here it is. This is an illustration given to you for this purpose. So this illustration helps us to understand the receipt and payment account for Swaraj Club for the year ended. So first of all, entrance fees is there, beta. We know it very well that there is no difference between capital and revenue income in this account. So this is our income which is to be entered in the receipt side. Then membership fees, this will be entered in the receipt side, beta. Donation received, entered in the receipt side, beta. Foodstuff sales, again it is a receipt, entered in the receipt side. Salaries and wages, this is a payment to be entered in payment side. Purchases of foodstuff, where it is to be entered. Purchases of, और सर वो उल्टा दिया तो कैसे करते हैं, और सर वो उल्टा दिया बेटा करेंगे श्रीनाथ, don't worry, I'll tell you how to do each and every type of question. It is just a starting. Okay, within the time span we will do various types of question, we will better understand that which type of question will be solved by which way. So methods will be discussed later. Just I'm going for the simple way. So tell me where this purchases of food stuff will be entered first, where this construction of club pavilion will be entered, where this general expenses will be entered, rent taxes will be entered, bank charges will be entered, beta. This will be all entered in the payment side, not in the expenditure side, because if you will use the word expenditure, then revenue and capital expense will create a problem for us. Here in receipt and payment account, we are considering about the payments only. We are not considering about the revenue or capital expenses. We are not considering considering about the payment due or not due. Payment paid is to be entered, received amount is to be entered. That's it. It's simple cash book, nothing else. So this will all go to payment side, beta, not expense side, because there is no expense side in this particular chapter, in this particular receipt and payment account. See, here it is. Then cash in hand is given to you, opening and closing. So if cash in hand opening is given to you, cash in hand closing is given to you, cash in bank is given to you, then they will be entered as simple like this. Two balance brought down, opening cash in hand and opening cash in bank. Then all receipts are entered. You may check it out. Have you entered it? Then all payments are entered, and the balance figure is closing balance, cash in hand, cash in bank, whatever it is. If nothing is mentioned, then in this case, entrance fees, donation, subscription, life membership fees, these all will be assumed as income because this is not for profit organization. In not for profit organization, these are not your expenses, these are always your income. Let it be very much clear. If this is an expense, he must have to mention it. So a query has received from a student that why entrance fees is received assumed as a receipt, not as an expense. In not for profit organization, I already discussed with you that these are our income, permanent incomes. So we should have to enter them as income even if nothing is mentioned. Just see this once again. Is that clear to everyone? Just see it once. I think this is clear to everyone. Opening debit balance, closing credit. So once more about receipt and payment account. Just wait, beta. General point is there that all receipts, whether capital or revenue, will be entered in the debit side of receipt and payment account. See, these are entered. All payments, whether capital or revenue, will be entered here, but it must be paid. If it is not paid, it is only due, then it will not be entered. It is a simple cash and bank account. That's it. Nothing else. No other difference is there. Just minor thing is there are not two columns given to us for cash and bank transaction. Instead, both are given both are to be entered at the same place. Like opening balance of cash in hand and bank is entered here, beta. Closing balance of cash in hand at cash and bank is entered here. To balance brought down, by balance carried down. And all receipts are entered. If you will see, all payments are entered. Whatever is given to you, that's it. सब्सक्रिप्शन का ऑपरेशन क्या होता है? Which subscription added and which is deducted? All subscriptions are added if it is simple subscription which is given to you, because subscription is not for a special purpose. Subscription, I already mentioned you, this is an annual fee or a annual membership fees, we can say, which is received from the person. So this is normally our income which will be entered, routine income, revenue income. Here we have to enter all the revenue, all the incomes, whether it is a revenue or capital receipt. Sir, who will enter into this NPO, because entrance fees are there, na? Yes, yes, beta. In real life, this account is made or not. Actually, final accounts, whatever we are discussing, trial balance, whatever we are discussing, these are prepared in actual life. These are prepared in original life, but their practical is completely vast, and you may say that is that is big one, and that have some practical aspects which you have to keep it into your mind. So due to that reason, it is somehow technical. Otherwise, these are the things which are to be prepared. If you will see that whatever we are studying, then this is not a difference. There is no difference between these two. Only the practical exposure is a difference. Okay. So we are coming to income and expenditure account. Income and expenditure account, beta, is same, just like, because it is prepared on accrual basis, it is just like profit or loss account. As we know that profit or loss account is prepared on the basis of the expenses which have been incurred for the current period. In that, what we are entering in income and expenditure account, we will enter income and expenses of current year. Income and expenses which are due during the year. Which are due during the year. Whether paid or not, and whether received or not. All incomes are to be entered, all expenses are to be entered which are due during the year. Like if we say that the salary, I have taken an example yesterday, means in the last lecture, where you have discussed about the word salary. Do you remember that? I think that is not available with me for records, but you people know that we have already discussed question number 2, practical question number 2 of our final accounts for profit undertaking. In that, I have already discussed with you, beta, that how that is to be done. We have taken an example that we have an employee working with us since many years. So salary is paid always in the next month. So what happened that an employee is working with us for the salary of rupees 20,000 per month. So in 21-22, his salary is 20,000 per month. In 22-23, his salary is increased to 21,000 per month, beta. Now, this is very well known to us that we are paying salary always in the next month. So what will happen in 21-22 accounts? We have not paid the salary for the month of March. March salary is due but not paid, hence treated as outstanding salary. So when last year accounts were prepared, we have entered the salary 20,000 into 11, that is paid 2,20,000. This was paid during the year. It may be given in the trial balance. And then we have added outstanding salary works rupees 20,000 for the month of March. So we have entered in our last year 2,40,000. This is clear to everyone? Now in the next year, that is 22-23, what will happen? In the next year, 22-23, what will happen? In 22-23, we have paid salaries worth rupees 20,000 for the previous year. That is March salaries paid in April plus 21,000 salary per month for 11 months, because March salary for 22-23 is not paid. So total payment given in trial balance will be this one. If you will see in 22-23, how much salary you have paid? Salary paid. First of all, in the month of April, we will pay salary for the March 22, that is 20,000. And then we will go for May to March. Every month we will pay salary of the previous month, that is salary of April 22 to Feb 23 will be paid as 21,000 into 11. That is how much it is? How much it is? 2,31,000. So this will be given in your trial balance. Because in trial balance, the amount given is obviously that amount which is paid during the year. So you have paid 2,51,000. Even then, the salary for the month of March 23 is not paid. So this will be assumed as an outstanding amount, and hence the amount of rupees 21,000 will be assumed as an outstanding for the year 22-23. This is outstanding for the current year 22-23. This is 21,000. So how much it is? Now tell me how much salary will be entered in the current year profit or loss account. If you will say profit or loss account, or if you will say final accounts, then how much is the salary of current year, that is 22-23? Actual salary due during the year. We will talk about due during the year. How much salary is due during the year? बेटा सैलरी कितनी ड्यू, दोबारा देखते हैं. हम लोग क्या करते हैं, हमारी सैलरी जो 21-22 में थी वो कितनी थी? 20,000 पर मंथ. देन क्या हुआ? 22-23 में हमारी सैलरी बढ़ के कितनी होगी? 21,000 पर मंथ. तो सैलरी हमारी इंक्रीज हो गई. अब जो लास्ट ईयर हमारी सैलरी 20,000 पर मंथ थी, इसकी हमने पेमेंट्स कितनी करी होंगी? हमने उस ईयर में 11 मंथ्स की पेमेंट करी होगी. 12th मंथ की पेमेंट हमने नेक्स्ट मंथ में पे करी है, जो कि इस साल पे करी होगी. सो इस साल हमने जब पेमेंट करी तो एंट्री क्या डाली? सैलरी टू बैंक 20,000. देन हम लोगों ने इस साल हर महीने की सैलरी नेक्स्ट मंथ में पे करी है, तो हम लोगों ने ये 11 मंथ्स की सैलरीज पे कर दी करंट ईयर में से. अभी 1 मंथ की सैलरी पेंडिंग है, तो टोटल हमारे ट्रायल बैलेंस में कितना गिवन होगा? 2,51,000। अभी भी अगर हम देखें तो हमारी जो करंट ईयर की मार्च मंथ की सैलरी है वो पेंडिंग है। अगर वो पेंडिंग है तो वो आउटस्टैंडिंग है, तो वो कितनी है? 21,000। अब आपको ये बताना है कि हमारे प्रॉफिट लॉस अकाउंट में कितना जाएगा, कितनी सैलरी हमारी ड्यू ड्यूरिंग द ईयर है बेटा। हाउ मच सैलरी इज ड्यू ड्यूरिंग द ईयर? फास्ट। So how much salary will be entered in profit or loss account? How much salary is due during the year? Whether paid or not, that is not a point of consideration. Whether paid or not. Actual salary is beta 21,000 per month for the current year. And we have 12 months. Whether paid or not, this will be entered in our books of accounts. So this will be 2,52,000, which is to be entered in the current year beta. How this will come, how this will be resulted, that you have to calculate. देखो ये समझ लगी बात की। करंट ईयर में हमारी सैलरी कितनी है? 21,000 पर मंथ, अप्रैल से लेकर मार्च तक की। तो हमें बुक्स में कितनी डालनी चाहिए प्रॉफिट और लॉस अकाउंट में? मैं रिसीट एंड पेमेंट अकाउंट की बात नहीं कर रहा। रिसीट एंड पेमेंट अकाउंट में तो ये जाएगी बेटा, जो ट्रायल बैलेंस में गिवन है, जो आपने एक्चुअल पे करी है। जो एक्चुअल पेमेंट करेंगे वो रिसीट एंड पेमेंट अकाउंट में जाती है, उसका कोई वरी नहीं करना। वो कैश अकाउंट, बैंक अकाउंट में जाती है, हम सभी को पता है। और ट्रायल बैलेंस में जो गिवन होती है वो वही होती है जो कैश एंड बैंक वाली अमाउंट होती है। बट जब हम बात करेंगे प्रॉफिट लॉस की, या हम बात करेंगे कितनी ड्यू हुई ड्यूरिंग द ईयर, तो वो उतनी अमाउंट होगी जो हमारी एक्चुअल है। तो हमारी 21,000 पर मंथ सैलरी है, तो 12 मंथ्स की सैलरी पे करनी चाहिए। आपने पे करी नहीं करी, दैट इज नॉट ए मैटर ऑफ कंसिडरेशन। तो आपका जो एक्सपेंस है ड्यूरिंग द ईयर का, तो वो तो 2,52,000 है। हाउ टू गेट इट, इसको निकालना कैसे है? अभी निकालने के लिए, कैलकुलेट करने के लिए क्या करेंगे, ध्यान से देखने वाली बात है। ये काफी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट मैं आपको करवा रहा हूँ, जो कि आपको पूरे चैप्टर में काम आने वाला है। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी विल टेक सैलरी एज पर ट्रायल बैलेंस, और सैलरी पेड ड्यूरिंग द ईयर। इसको ये भी कह सकते हैं, या फिर इसको और क्या कह सकते हैं? सैलरी एंटर्ड इन रिसीट एंड पेमेंट अकाउंट। एक ही बात है, तीनों का सेम मीनिंग निकल रहा है। अब ये अमाउंट कितनी है? 2,51,000। इसमें किसी को डाउट है तो पूछ लेना मेरे से। 2,51,000 वो अमाउंट है, जो अमाउंट हमारी सैलरी की है, जो हमने पे की ड्यूरिंग द ईयर। पे करनी चाहिए थी वो बात नहीं, कितनी पे करी वो बता रहा हूं मैं। अब इसमें क्या करेंगे, जो आउटस्टैंडिंग एट द एंड ऑफ द ईयर है वो ऐड करनी चाहिए, हम सभी को पता है। आउट ये हम लोगों ने पिछले चैप्टर में कर लिया। इन अवर लास्ट चैप्टर वी हैव ऑलरेडी डन दैट द आउटस्टैंडिंग सेल एक्सपेंसेस एट द एंड ऑफ द ईयर विल बी एडेड इन अवर amount given in trial balance. So how that is done? How outstanding at the end? So this amount is 21,000. Everyone knows it. Here we have discussed it. This is the amount 21,000 rupees. Okay, this will be added. And one more thing which we have not done in our previous chapter, that is outstanding at the beginning, is to be deducted, because this type of point doesn't comes to us in our previous chapter in our final accounts. Here we will get this type of points. Outstanding at the beginning will be deducted. Outstanding at the end will be added beginning. Why? Because it must not include any amount paid for the previous year. If any amount was outstanding at the beginning, then obviously that is paid during the year, and that has been included in it. It includes amount paid for previous year, which is not allowed beta, which is not allowed, because when we are trying to calculate the amount for current year, we are not interested to take that amount with us, whatever amount is paid for previous year. And what it is, that is the amount which was outstanding at the end of previous year, that is beginning of current year. So that is basically 20,000 rupees beta. तो 20,000 रुपीज जो उसके आउटस्टैंडिंग है, वो अमाउंट जो इसमें एडेड है, उसको माइनस करना जरूरी है। तो जब हम ये सब करेंगे तो हमारा रिजल्ट आएगा 2,52,000। दिस इज द अमाउंट ड्यू ड्यूरिंग द ईयर और एक्सपेंस ड्यू ड्यूरिंग द ईयर बेटा। सिंपल ट्रीटमेंट रट्टा लगाना है तो भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, वैसे आगे जाके दिक्कत तो आने वाली है, अगर मीनिंग नहीं समझोगे तो दिक्कतें तो आएंगी, बट वैसे रट्टा लगाने के लिए ये है कि आउटस्टैंडिंग एट द एंड को ऐड करते हैं, आउटस्टैंडिंग एट द बिगिनिंग को माइनस कर देते हैं, एंड द सेम विल बी फॉर प्रीपेड एंड एक्रूड एंड प्री रिसीव्ड। वहां भी सेम ही होने वाला है, जो हम एंड के लिए करते हैं बिगिनिंग के लिए उसका रिवर्स कर देंगे। बड़ा ही सिंपल रहता है। सैलरी इज ऑलवेज पेएबल। No, it all depends upon the policy of the company whether the salary will be payable or not. If it is given in the question that salary is payable, we will assume it. If it is given that it has been paid during the year, then we need not to worry. Normally, it remains pending because normal in routine companies are not interested to pay the salary on the last day. They are interested to pay the salary only in the next month, so that some salary must be remain with them in advance as a reserve. The previous year expenses in our liability, right? Previous year expense is our liability. If we paid this year, it deducted from liability of current year, right? It will reduce liability of current year. Obviously, but there's no difference at you are saying rightly, there's no problem. I think now 2,52,000 which we have calculated here and 2,52,000 I have shown you here. This is very much clear to you. So practically, if he is just interested to know how much amount is to be entered, you can get it by this way also if this option is available to you. Otherwise, this is the only best way which is to be used in maximum questions. And if any prepaid is given to us, then what we have to do? The same way we have to go for the prepaid expenses. Like if he says salary, in the above example, if you will add one more point, that salary of next month is paid in advance. Even salary for the current month is paid and the next month is also paid in advance. Means here we have a different type of employee. That employee is taking salary in advance. Even in the previous month, he is getting salary for the next month. And he says that in 21-22, prepaid salary was rupees 25,000, and in 22-23, prepaid salary is worth rupees 30,000. And talking about outstanding salaries, he says in 21-22, it is 10,000, and in 22-23, it is 25,000. So how much will be the amount if salary paid during the year, which may be salary as given in trial balance or salary given in receipt and payment account, one and the same thing. So that is rupees 4 lakhs. Now get the amount to be transferred to your income and expenditure account fast. If it is clear, do this. You have 1 minute to do it fast. Speed से करना बेटा. Simple way is this. This is a question with you. We have to solve it, beta. The question is very simple, beta. If you will see that salaries paid during the year is 4 lakh, outstanding salary at the end of previous year was 10,000, at the end of current year is 25,000, prepaid salary at the end of current year is 30,000, at the end of previous year was 25,000. So treatment is very simple. You should have to understood this thing, that what we have to do, we have to add outstanding at end, deduct outstanding at beginning, deduct prepaid at end, add prepaid at beginning to get the amount to be transferred to income and expenditure account, or to get the amount which is due during the year. So this is 10,000, this is 25,000 rupees. This is 10,000 rupees, which is to be deducted. Then prepaid at the end is 30,000 rupees. Prepaid at beginning is 25,000 rupees. So get the amount, this will be your answer. Check it out whether you have done correctly or not. Check कर लो भाई. Any doubt to anyone? Mine correct, मेरा भी correct है भाई. This is 4 lakh 10,000. Talking about income, if any income is given to us, income in trial balance, given in trial balance, or income given in receipt and payment account, or he says income received during the year. So these three have same meaning, beta. If it is given to us, then what we have to do? We have to add, just like same as we have done in our expenses, that is accrued income, accrued at the end is to be added, accrued at the beginning is to be deducted, then pre-received, here we are using the word pre-received, at the end is to be deducted, and pre-received at the beginning is to be added. And finally, what we will get? We will get the amount to be transferred to income and expenditure account. Note it down fast. So expenses have already been done now. Income statement is already done now. One more thing I can tell you, that if we have to do reverse, that is the amount given in income and expenditure account, or we can say income and expenditure account is given to us. We have to prepare receipt and a payment account. In that case, what will happen? We have to do reverse. We have to do reverse. Because in that case, amount due during the year is given to you. You have to calculate the amount paid during the year. So you have to do the reverse. This is what? This is amount due to be received. Due to be received. Whether received or not, that is not a point. This is the amount which is to be received by us. I think this is clear to every student. These theory parts are to be read by you because it will enhance your knowledge and it will help you to get some queries for me. If you will get some queries from there, I'll help you. But this will be done only at your home. So you may do that. Whatever is required from practical point of view that I am covering, you need not to worry. But even then, I would like to suggest you to read it once. It will be better for your knowledge and for your upgradation of knowledge. It will be better. So solve this illustration number 3 fast. Get the answer. Send me the answer with calculation. ऐसे आंसर नहीं भेजना, मुझे प्लस माइनस शो करके आंसर भेजना. Send me the calculation, answer with calculation. Like what is to be done? 23. What he is interested to get? He is interested to get the amount to be entered in income and expenditure account. So how it is to be done? Very simple. I think you people can easily do it and send it to me. I'm interested to expect this from you within just 1 minute, max 1 minute. Even it is required to be done within 30 seconds. Fast, beta. Speed से. Do it fast. Dimple comes first with the solution in front of me. I think everyone will send the answer within seconds. क्या करना क्या है? कुछ भी नहीं करना. मैंने कहा सिंपल आप लोग मुझे भेज दो, प्लस माइनस लिख के भेज दो कि इस अमाउंट में ये प्लस करना है, ये माइनस करना है और इतना रिजल्ट आ गया, खत्म. Very good. So Ankit Mishra comes second. Manish Jain comes third. Dimple, maybe you have done some other question. You have done maybe illustration number 2, I think. I have given you to do illustration number 3. Aditya, very good. Shubham, very good. Fast. बेटा सारे लोग भेजो ना. Everyone must send it. It was very simple. It was simple. 23,000 plus outstanding at the end that is given to you. It is unpaid on 31st March 19, 1400. Unpaid on 20, 1800. So plus 1800 minus 1400. Then prepaid at the end is 2020 is 600 and beginning is 400. So minus 600 plus 400 beta. So get the solution, this will be the answer. Whatever the amount is, you may get it. Any doubt, just ask me. No problem, Dimple. Even then, you have done it very good. Shabash. So next thing is regarding is accounting. How to do its accounting beta. This is 22,000. How much it is? कैलकुलेशन भी ठीक करने की कोशिश करो बेटा. क्या कैलकुलेशन है इसकी आपको? मुझे लगता है मुझे ही कैलकुलेटर ओपन करना पड़ेगा. ऐसा लग रहा है मुझे ना. कैल्सी. कैल्सी कहते हैं ना आप लोग. हमने कभी नहीं कहा इसको कैल्सी. आज आपके साथ इसको कैल्सी कह देते हैं ना. तो दिस इज कैल्सी. ओके. So this is 23,200. So this is the one way of doing this. Next is what we have to do. He says show necessary ledger accounts. Now which ledger accounts are to be prepared and how it is to be done? Very simple beta. First of all, this ledger accounts are always based on journal entries, and everyone knows about the journal entries, which is known to every student, I think. First of all, in salaries account, the entry is very simple. Whatever salary is paid during the year, that is the entry will be very simple. Salary account debit to cash account beta. See here it is. Whatever salary is paid during the year, that is salary account debit to cash. Now talking about the remaining entries, that is very simple. Everyone knows it. That at the end of the year, whatever salary is outstanding, we are passing an entry salary account debit to outstanding salary account beta. So that entry is passed here. Salary account debit to outstanding salary account. And then what we are doing, we are passing an entry regarding this entry is reversed in the next year, because whenever we are talking about this is a closing entry, I've already discussed in our previous check that these entries will be reversed in the next year. So for opening outstanding, entry is outstanding salary account debit to salary account beta. So this 1400 is based on this entry. This 400 is based on this end. On this 1800 is based. Okay. 1800 is based on this entry. Okay. 1400 is based on this entry. And talking about prepaid salary, that entry is also known to every student, I think. Just tell me what will be the entry for prepaid salary fast beta. Prepaid salary की entry क्या होगी? फटाफट भेजो. Prepaid salary at the end. What will be the journal entry? Everyone send me fast. What will be the entry for prepaid salary at the end? And what will be the entry for prepaid salary at the beginning? Prepaid at end. What will be the journal entry? Prepaid at beginning. What will be the journal entry? Just send me fast. Okay, these entries are passed. So prepaid salary account debit to salary account. This is at the end, and beginning is salary account debit, expense account debit to prepaid expense account. This is for beginning. So these entries are passed here, and accordingly all accounts are prepared. बेटा सारे accounts इसी base पे बनाए गए हैं. Is that clear? So have a break. After the break, we will go for questions. Sir, break of 10 minutes. Sir, break लेना. हाँ बेटा, वेलकम बैक। तो आई थिंक वट एवर डन नाउ, दैट इज क्लियर. So let's start with this. Let's do some practical questions, beta. So income have also same type of entries. Everyone knows that what is the entry for accrued income. Accrued is also called outstanding. So when our subscription, that is our income, which is due at the end of the year, then the entry is very well known to every student. Accrued income to income, this is passed at the end of the year, which will be reversed in the next year. So this is the entry for accrued income at the end. Okay. And then the entry is for accrued income at the beginning. That is income to accrued income or outstanding income. And then the entry is regarding income received in advance, that is pre-received income. For that, income account debit to income received in advance. So these three entries are clear to you. Fourth entry is, we know it very well, that is pre-received income debit to income account. This is for income, pre-received income at the beginning. So concept is similar, whatever we have discussed in expenses, nothing difference. So accordingly, these accounts are prepared, which is very easy to understand. One word is there, which is legacy. Legacy is meant for the amount received if a person who has been died, who is going to be died, or a person has made a will, and accordingly after the death, we received some payment in our NPO, in our organization, then that amount will be assumed as a capital income and hence added to the capital fund directly. This will always, legacy will always be a capital received, capital receipt. Okay. Endowment fund, this is also donation. Endowment fund donation is a specific donation. The other name of specific donation is endowment fund. So this will always be a capital receipt. Then treatment of sale of old newspaper. This is a routine income, hence treated as a revenue income. Old fixed asset sale, we know it very well. Any receipt from the sale of fixed asset is a capital receipt. But if any profit or loss occurs on such sale, then that will be entered in income and expenditure account, as we are recording in profit or loss account. We know it very well. Any profit or loss on sale of fixed asset is entered in profit or loss account. Same here, we will enter it in income and expenditure account. Then last is honorarium. What is honorarium? Honorarium meant for, I would like to take an example here. I have been invited as a chief guest by ICI on a particular platform, and they have paid me some amount for appearing as a guest lecture. Now, whatever amount is paid by them, that is not a fixed, that is not a payment which is against my services, that is against an owner. So this is called honorarium. These organizations normally call many people for delivering various lectures or giving consultation to their members. Due to that reason, honorarium is normally an expense in these organizations, because these people normally call various chief guests, various, because they are trying to organize various events. You have seen that various clubs are there, and those clubs are making some arrangements, like they are calling some singer, calling some You may send for the purpose of delivering a lecture or presenting a dance in front of their members. So all that is their routine event. So whatever expenses are incurred by way of giving amount to them, that amount is called honorarium. So this is normally an expense, and it is treated as a revenue expense because this is for routine services. ऑनरेरियम का मीनिंग समझ लग गया कि हम लोग किसी को एज ए चीफ गेस्ट बुलाते हैं तो उसको जो हम पेमेंट करेंगे उसे ऑनरेरियम कहेंगे. तो जैसे मुझे बुलाया जाता है कहीं जहाँ पे, तो मुझे वो लोग जो पेमेंट करते हैं उसको ऑनरेरियम कहते हैं वो लोग. तो ये एक एक्सपेंस रहेगा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए. Now this, I would like to go for a practical question. It will be better option. Come to practical questions, because these illustrations are already solved and given in front of you. So better we will go for practical questions. Yeah, this is the illustration number 1 which is given to you. I think we can easily do it within the time available with us, because this is a good illustration. It will come to you in your exam for 20 marks, not for 10 marks even. It will be of 16 or 20 marks. It's a big question. So how to solve it? It is solved in the same way as we have done the final accounts chapter, because there is no difference between final accounts of trading and non-trading except minor changes are there. Just you have to understood the concept, that's it. We have already done a question in that chapter also. Let's do that accordingly. So let's understand it. First of all, what it is. This is the receipt and payment account given to you. So it is just like a trial balance which is given to you. Here the amounts given are assumed as the amount given in trial balance, because we have already discussed that in trial balance we have been given amount paid or received during the year. In the same way, receipt and payment account is the account in which amount paid or received during the year is given to you. Year ended 2020 is given to you. Lion Club is the name of the organization. So these are the opening balances which will obviously go to opening balance sheet. If we need to prepare opening balance sheet, in that we need to enter these balances, because these balances will have no impact otherwise anywhere else. Subscriptions received, this will be obviously a revenue income. It will be adjusted with the outstanding or pre-received and then entered in the income and expenditure account. Entrance donation will be seen whether it is a revenue receipt or a capital receipt. We will see. It will be according to the adjustment. Interest received, we know it very well. This is a revenue income. Sale of asset, this is a capital income, capital receipt. This is a revenue receipt. This is again, in this case, if we have some we have a club, in that case this is a routine income like a sale of coffee, etc. This is a routine income. There's no we can say that there's no such type of point which will come to our mind that this is a capital income. This is purely a revenue income. So these all will be assumed as revenue income, because we have coffee house, we have some tennis court, etc., and we are organizing these type of activities and getting earning from there. This is a revenue expense. This is a obviously capital, because this will go to balance sheet. This is a revenue expense. This is a revenue expense, revenue, and this is also revenue. This is also revenue. Glass and table linen. This is a, even this may be capital, but it will depend that if it is a capital, there may be some point which is given to you like assets. So that point is not given to you. Even this is a expense, because these are the payments made during the year. So if these are the payments made during the year, obviously this is a revenue expense, because we have organized various events for that. We have paid some charges for crockery. Then obviously this is a revenue expense. This is a revenue. Garden upkeep, that is maintenance of garden. Membership fees, we'll see that this is a capital or revenue. We will check it out from the adjustment. This is revenue, and this will go to closing balance sheet. Any doubts till now? Hi, good afternoon, Pankaj Mehta. Tanmeet, a file back. ICA did a live for mindset of students, and one of the speaker too as number no longer part of ICA, so that is only REM. Yes, whatever amount is paid to them. So I think this is clear to every student. Now we have been given fixed asset, so this will go to balance sheet. Everyone knows it better. So these three are given to you. This will go to balance sheet. This will go to uh, stock is there. It may go to both places because we know it very well. It may go to your balance sheet as well as these are the assets and liabilities. This is very well clear to us. So this will go to balance sheet. Investments go to balance sheet. Outstanding subscription is given to you. So we know it very well that outstanding subscription, if given in adjustment, this is to be adjusted at two places. This is an adjustment. So one thing I would like to check that whether it is opening or closing, because yeah, here date is given to you. Just see here it is beta. This is 1st of April 2019. So we are talking about opening balances. These are the opening balances beta. So this is the value of opening assets. This is the value of opening stock. This is the value of opening investment. So obviously these all are opening because he has already mentioned it. This is opening entrance donation received pending membership. This is also opening because this is specifically mentioned. This is also opening. So these are the opening figures which are to be entered at two places. One is they may go to opening balance sheet if required to be prepared. Why opening balance sheet is prepared? Normally capital is not given in these questions. So to calculate capital fund, that is the opening capital, we can say opening capital fund, opening balance sheet is prepared, and balance sheet figure is opening capital fund. Okay. Gratuity fund is just simple. This is created for the benefit of employees. We have kept some amount by deducting from their salaries so that they will be paid that amount at the end of their working period. That is a routine work. So now we are talking about, except in addition to this one, it will go to your opening balance sheet. Second, these will be adjusted in at various places, like in closing balance sheet. If opening balance is required, which is to be adjusted and calculate the closing balance, then we have to adjust and calculate the amount for entry in the closing balance sheet. And also we may enter it in income and expenditure account. Like we know it very well that the opening outstanding will be adjusted and prepaid will be adjusted in respective expenses to get the expense due during the year, or expense to be entered in income and expenditure account. इनकम एंड एक्सपेंडिचर अकाउंट बनाने के लिए या क्लोजिंग बैलेंस शीट बनाने के लिए भी ओपनिंग वैल्यूज का यूज रहेगा. सब्सक्रिप्शन क्लोजिंग एडजस्टमेंट है, बैलेंस शीट में भी जाएगी, एडजस्टमेंट भी करेंगे सभी की. This is given 50% of the entrance donation was to be capitalized. So it means for it means for 50% will go to balance sheet, 50% will go to income and expenditure account. So opening cost of assets sold is also given to you. So we can get the profit or loss on sale of assets, so that we can get the enter that loss or profit in our income and expenditure account. Beta. Depreciation is given to you. It is at the rate of 10% on assets. Depreciation is 10% on assets, and then sum of rupees 20,000 received as an interest donation from an applicant was to be refunded. The refund was made on 3rd of June. So this amount of previous year is refunded in this year. So this is also required to be adjusted in the interest donation. This is of the last year amount which is to be adjusted in this year. So this refund is to be deducted from that amount. Then purchases made during the year, value of closing stock, we know it very well by where it is to be entered, because purchases is a routine revenue expense to be entered in the income and expenditure account. Opening stock is also given to you, closing stock is also given to you. What you will do? Opening plus purchase minus closing. What you will do? Opening plus purchase minus closing. The club, as a matter of policy, charges of to income and expenditure account all purchases made on account of crockery in the year of purchase. So this is what about? This is about the linen, etc. Whatever we have been given, that is assumed as a revenue expense. It is specifically mentioned here, or it may be treated as a capital if it is mentioned that it is to be treated as an asset. But he says all purchases charges means write off, treat it as an expense. All these will be entered as a expense in the same year. So you have to prepare income and expenditure account balance sheet. This is the most lengthy and the biggest question you may assume. Okay. Let's solve it. Let's solve it. So we have to prepare it. Question number 1. Let's do it, beta. Income and expenditure account of Lion Club for the year ended 31st of March 20. I think I have to prepare various working notes, so I have kept some place for a reserve as a reserve. Okay. Expenditure, income. This was practical question number 1, beta. Yes. Now you people must remember while recording amount, you should have to keep it into your mind which is to be adjusted and which is not required to be adjusted. Those which are to be adjusted must be entered after making adjustment. Okay, very simple and very easy. बड़े आराम से करना है. इसको जितना sincerely करोगे, आराम से करोगे, उतना ज़्यादा perfectly हो जाएगा. Must do it slowly so that it will be done perfectly. Okay, start with subscription received because I will go by the serial, whatever is given in your receipt and payment account, because that will be helpful for me. So this is the receipt side. Whatever the amounts are given here, those will be entered. Whatever the amounts are given here, those will be entered in, you may say, income side. Okay, 2,02,750 is given to you. So this amount is to be adjusted because this is a important point which is to be kept into mind. So subscription is there. Working note number 1. I'm going to calculate the subscription first of all. Subscription. You people have to calculate the subscription and tell me the amount fast. Jaldi nikalo. How much amount of subscription will be entered here by subscription, beta. फटाफट निकालना है. वर्किंग नोट नंबर 1 रहेगा ये आपका. मुझे लगता है आपको निकालना चाहिए, मुझे तो आता है. आपने ही प्रैक्टिस करनी है तो कर लो फटाफट. फटाफट निकालना है, फास्ट, टाइम नहीं लगाना. याद है कि नहीं याद क्या करना है? You may do at your own, I'll do at my own so that we can match at later. Okay, so that we can save the timing. No one will copy from me. Just 2 years. Can you please explain those important in English? Beta, I'm just telling you one thing, that whatever the subscription is given to you, you have to do in this way, whatever the way I have given here. Okay. So I have not spoken anything in Hindi which is not mentioned to you in English, so you need not to worry. Everything I have already mentioned you. So get me the amount. That will be beneficial for everyone. I think I have to do it for you. मुझे समझ लग गया कि आप लोग गलत करने वाले हैं. Next, after recording subscription, we have to go for interest donation, which is 1 lakh given to you. So what it means for entrance donation received pending membership. Above is entrance donation, that is 1 lakh which is received to us. He says it includes entrance donation received pending membership. What it means for that this amount is received, but membership is not yet given to them. So this is the income for current year. This is a pre-received income, we can say. We can treat it just like a pre-received income. Now he says 50% of the entrance donation was to be capitalized, and there was no pending membership as on 31st of March. So this is the information given to you. And then he says 20,000 received in October last year, October this year itself, this year, as interest donation from an applicant was to be refunded as he has not fulfilled the requisite membership qualification. Even refund is not made within the year. So this is the information given to you. Let's understand this concept. Very simple concept is there. He says, first of all, talking about entrance donation, so whatever the amount is given in receipt and payment account, this meant for the entrance donation received during the year. This is 1 lakh. This is received during the year. He says, out of this amount, we have to refund some amount which is not to be carried forward in the next year, because he has already mentioned that this amount of rupees 20,000 received in this year, because in October 19 means this year itself. So this amount is not to be kept as an income with us, because this amount is to be refunded later on. So the amount of rupees 20,000 will be deducted from the current year income, less amount to be refunded. So if it is to be refunded, it is a liability. Hence go to liability side also, beta. 20,000 rupees. Then he says 1 lakh rupees of donation is received in previous year for which membership was pending. So the membership will be given in this year, because he have already mentioned you that current year no membership is pending. All memberships are given. Requisite memberships are given. It means for memberships are allocated in the current year itself to all. So it means for this income belongs to, this is called pre-received in last year. In previous year, we are using the word previous year. So I'm not interested to change the wording, because it will help you to understand in previous year. So this is rupees 1 lakh. So whatever pre-received income is there, it is to be added back. So this amount of rupees 1,80,000 is there total. Now what it says, 50% of the entrance donation was to be capitalized. So 50% is to be capitalized, meant for 50% will go to profit or loss account, that is income and expenditure account, which is to be 90,000 and 50% will go to balance sheet, that is rupees 90,000 beta. So we have to enter it accordingly by interest donation. एक बार दोबारा देख लो कि रिसीट एंड पेमेंट अकाउंट में गिवन है कि 1 लाख रुपीज आप लोगों को करंट ईयर में आई है इंटरेस्ट डोनेशन की, और 1 लाख रुपीज आपको लास्ट ईयर में आ गई थी जिसकी मेंबरशिप आपने इस ईयर में दी है। तो अगर हम लोग मेंबरशिप इस ईयर में दे रहे हैं तो वो इनकम इस ईयर की है, लास्ट ईयर की नहीं है। तो मतलब इनकम हमें लास्ट ईयर में अगर आ गई तो दैट इज प्री रिसीव्ड इन प्रीवियस ईयर हो गया। अगर प्री रिसीव्ड एट बिगिनिंग है, इनकम रिसीव्ड इन एडवांस एट बिगिनिंग है, तो उसको हम लोग एड बैक करते हैं, हम सभी को पता है, तो इसलिए 1 लाख को एड बैक कर दिया। 20,000 रुपीज जो आपके हैं, आपको करंट ईयर में जो आए हैं, जो 1 लाख में इंक्लूडेड है, इस 1 लाख में इंक्लूडेड है, तो वो आपको 20,000 रुपीज वापिस करने हैं। तो वो आपकी अमाउंट पेएबल टू उनको है जो हमारे मेंबरशिप के लिए अप्लाई कर रहे हैं, तो उनको हमने 20,000 रुपीज रिफंड करने हैं। तो ये पेएबल अमाउंट होगी, ये मेरी लाइबिलिटी होगी, इसको मैंने माइनस कर दिया है। ठीक है, बिकॉज ये मुझे इनकम नहीं माननी करंट ईयर की। मेरी इनकम इसमें से 80,000 की है, बिकॉज 80,000 को मैं मेंबरशिप दे रहा हूँ, 20 को तो मैं मेंबरशिप दे ही नहीं रहा, उसको तो मैंने पैसे वापस कर देने, ये स्पेसिफिकली मेंशन है। मुझे लगता है क्लियर हो गया होगा, बड़ा सिंपल है, टेक इट वेरी सिंपल, डोंट टेक इट सीरियसली, इट विल बी अ सिंपल कंसेप्ट। चलो, कमिंग टू नेक्स्ट, that is interest received 58,000. For that, is there any point given to you? Yes, investment at 12% given to you. Obviously, interest is received on investments. Okay, in addition to this, is there any point given regarding interest? No, nothing is given regarding interest. So you must have to check, is there any hidden adjustment given to you? Because if you will check it out properly, then amount of rupees 5 lakh, 5 lakh, 5 lakh into 12%, that is 60,000 should be received during the year, because this is on opening date. So if this security is with us up to end, then obviously 60,000 should be received during the year. But how much is received during the year? Check it out. We have received interest worth rupees 58,000. So it means for 2,000 is outstanding during the year. So you may check it out and enter here by interest, that is 58,000 received during the year, plus accrued interest 2,000. It is not required to be calculated in working note, because this is very much clear to us and it is easy to understand. So one thing should be noted, that this accrued interest will also go to balance sheet. This is the major thing which you have to keep it into your mind. Nothing else is technical. Sale of asset is given to you for rupees 8,000. This asset was worth rupees 10,000. Cost of asset sold net as on 1st of April was 10,000. Now when it is sold, the date is not given to you. If you will see here, date is also not given here. So we will assume that the asset worth rupees 10,000 is sold for rupees 8,000 beta. If an asset worth rupees 10,000 is sold for rupees 8,000, obviously there is a loss of asset to loss of on sale of asset. That is 10,000 minus 8,000. So there is a loss of worth rupees 2,000. Very simple and easy to understand. Then miscellaneous receipt 9,000. No other adjustment regarding this is given to you by miscellaneous receipt beta, or miscellaneous income, that is worth rupees 9,000. Then receipt at various places, coffee room, etc. So these will be entered as an income: 10, 70, 5, 10, 80, and 1 lakh 2,000. 10, 70, 5, 10, 80,000 and 1,02,000 beta. So by receipt, so these will be mentioned here. Then we will go for the expenses. Salaries 1,20,000. Tell me how much salary will be entered here, beta. Is there any outstanding salary given to you or prepaid? Then that is to be adjusted. Get it how much it is, how much salary is to be taken here. Investment will go to balance sheet beta, as we know. So salary 1,20,000 is given to you. Outstanding salary is not given to you. Prepaid salary is not given to you. Yeah. Outstanding expenses are salaries 8,000. Very good. So it will be 1,28,000 which will be entered here. Creditors are to be entered in balance sheet. Printing and stationery 70,000. Is there any adjustment for printing and stationery? Beta, check it out. No printing and stationery adjustments are given to you. The way is very simple, that you must have to see it first, help me to do it, and then you may copy it. It will be always helpful. If you will try to do it yourself, then it will be difficult to understand the concept. So if you are interested to see the concept, it will be better. So first, how much will be the printing and stationery? 70,000. Printing and stationery 70,000. Very good. Next, postage 40,000. Telephone 52,000. Postage 40,000. Telephone 52,000. Repair 48,000. Beta fatafat, fast up. Glass and table linen, crockery and cutlery. So these are the payments made during the year. 12,000 and 14,000 to be entered here. We have already discussed these will be assumed as an expense. Garden upkeep, this is also an expense, 8,000. Membership fees 4,000. How much is to be entered? Check it out. Is there any point regarding membership fees is given to you? Is there any adjustment for membership fees, beta? Fast. Okay. So no membership fees point is given to you. If nothing is mentioned, we may assume that the membership fees is a revenue income, because amount is also very small and it will be entered. If it is a live membership fees, it will be treated as a capital income. Insurance 5,000 is given to you. How much insurance will be entered? Membership fees. Insurance. Tell me how much is the amount of insurance? There is an adjustment for insurance given to you. because outstanding amount is given to you. Prepaid insurance 1,000 opening, and any other? No. Python minus prepaid 1,000 plus prepaid 1,000. So 6,000 will be there because 5 plus 1 will be done. Prepaid at beginning is to be added, beta. Very good, shabash. Chuchiang, check it out, beta. Dimple, check it out. This is prepaid insurance at the beginning, which is to be added, not to be deducted, beta. Presence of mind should be there. Electricity, 28. Yes, electricity expenses are given to you 15,000 outstanding at the end. So this is to be added. 15,000 is to be added in 28. 43,000 will be entered. 28 plus 15. Presentation should be given properly. I don't think this is the way of presentation. That should be better. This is just a saving of time. I think we have entered all the items, whatever is given in your receipt and payment account. Now come to the adjustment. Whether we have left any adjustment? Yes. Fixed assets are given to you. If you will see, fixed assets are worth rupees 5 lakh at the beginning of the year, out of which fixed asset worth rupees 10,000 are sold during the year. So 50,000 is the 5 lakh is the value of fixed asset at the beginning of the year on 1st of April 2019. He says minus cost of assets sold during the year, that is 10,000. So this is 4,90,000 which is left with us. We have assumed that the purchase sale on 1st of April 2019. This is an assumption. Even we may assume that the sale is made at the end of the year, but this is a better assumption because he have given the value as on that date. So I've assumed that the sale is as on that date. Otherwise, he should have to tell me when the sale is made. So I'll charge a depreciation at the rate of 10% on it. That is 49,000. So to depreciation, working on number, whatever it is, that is to be mentioned, beta. Then stock is given to you. In the same way, opening stock was given to you. This is closing stock, and purchases are also given to you in this question. If you will see somewhere here, yeah, purchases 15 lakh, closing stock 2 lakh 10,000, and opening stock 3 lakh 80,000. So get the two material consumed during the year. Everyone knows how to get it. Opening stock 3 lakh 80,000 plus purchases 15 lakh minus closing stock. How much it is? 2 lakh 10,000. So this will be entered here. Okay. Now see, anything is left. Investment adjustment is already done. Subscription prepaid insurance adjustment done. Received in advance adjustment done. Entrance donation done. Gratuity fund will go to balance sheet liability side because this is the amount payable to the employees when they will retire from the firm. So this is purely our liability. Received in advance, outstanding subscription, all that has been done. Cost of assets sold, depreciation, all these things are done. So you may get the answer by calculating the balance sheet figure. That will be your आप लोग इसका बैलेंस निकाल लेना बेटा, जो भी आपका आएगा वो आपका क्या आ जाएगा, जो बैलेंस शीट फिगर आएगी वो आपका क्या आ जाएगा, सरप्लस. अगर if there is a profit then it is called surplus, if there is a loss then it is called deficit. So you may see that surplus or deficit, whatever will come, you may do that. Okay, so balance sheet will be prepared. The way is very simple. First of all, you have to prepare opening balance sheet. For preparing opening balance sheet, these assets and liabilities of opening are given to you. Okay, in that we will add cash and bank balance that is given here. So you can get opening balance sheet, and in that capital fund will be the balance sheet figure. That capital fund will be used to prepare balance sheet of closing. So while preparing closing balance sheet, those which are adjusted in trading and in this income and expenditure account, those will be treated as same as we have done in final accounts in our previous chapter. Balance sheet will be prepared in the same way. So you have to do the balance sheet also. I think you can do it because now you are doing with me and you can do it. You can do question number 2 also, which is very easy and understandable. You can do question number 2. Okay, and this is not to be done by you. Third question I'll let you do. Okay, and then you will go for the illustrations. In illustrations you may go for you will have to do illustrations by your own on your copies. Don't see from here. Okay, only then you will be perfect. You will be able to do it perfectly in the exam. This is a practice question. Illustration is just also a practice question. So you must have to do it by your own. I think you people can easily do up to illustration number 9. So homework is too much. You can do it so that we can complete this chapter in our next class, because next class will be the last class. So you have to do illustrations 1 to 9. Practical question number 1 and 2. Okay. This is not compulsory that you have to do second question, but it may add to your knowledge. So you have sufficient number of illustrations and questions to be done by you. Do it seriously with your complete effort and come to me with the problems. Whatever the problems will be there, I will take it and I'll go for the next method, because one more method is yet pending, which we will discuss in the next lecture. Maybe students have calculated the answer also. 30,250 is the answer. So I'm leaving you at the same place where we were. You may complete this question at your own. अभी क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करके उठना. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कंप्लीट दिस क्वेश्चन एंड देन लीव द क्लास. ओके, मैं क्लास लीव कर रहा हूं, आप लोगों ने क्लास लीव नहीं करनी जब तक आपका क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट ना हो जाए. ये सारी इलस्ट्रेशन करनी है, इलस्ट्रेशन अपने हाथों से करनी है, क्वेश्चन अपने हाथों से करने हैं. आप लोग बड़े अच्छे मार्क्स लेके अकाउंट्स में क्लियर हो सकते हो. यू कैन इजिली गेट 90+ मार्क्स इन योर अकाउंटिंग इफ यू विल डू हार्ड वर्क. डू योर क्वेश्चन विद योर own hand. Don't do it by seeing it from the solution, because that is not good. All the best to you. Okay then, sir, close the session.